Abdul Razak Alhassan suffered a brutal knockout loss to Cesar Almeida at UFC Vegas 101. He posted this to his Instagram story and says the only thing he can do is cry himself to sleep.
I'm sorry, fans. I got greedy and I got caught. No excuse. I'm sorry to my fans, my true fans. I got greedy, went for it, and I got caught. There's nothing I can do but cry myself to sleep.
Khabib Nurmagomedov has released a statement in regards to the incident on the plane. If you didn't see the footage, to quickly sum it up, Khabib was removed from a flight over a dispute with a flight attendant. Khabib was in the emergency exit row, and the flight attendant said they felt uncomfortable with this because of Khabib's English-speaking skills in regards to whether or not he'd be able to help passengers in case of an emergency. They gave him an ultimatum to either move his seat or be escorted off the plane. At the end, Khabib got up and left. He posted this on X. He wrote, "First of all, I need to clarify that it was Frontier and not Alaska Air. Lady who comes to me with questions was very rude from the very beginning. Even though I speak very decent English and can understand everything and agree to assist, she still insists on removing me from my seat. What was the base for that? Racial, national, or other one? I'm not sure. But after 2 minutes of conversation, she called security and I was deplaned from this aircraft. After 1.5 hours, I boarded another airline and left to my destination. I did my best to stay calm and respectful, as you could see on the video, but those crew members could do better next time and just be nice with clients." Arman Tsarukyan made an appearance on the Pound for Pound podcast today with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo. Arman says he has a new secret trick that he will use on Islam Makhachev this weekend at UFC 311. He also says that if he does defeat Islam and become world champion, he will focus on business more than legacy, and going forward, he will accept whatever fight gets him the bigger check. Go check out the full episode of Pound for Pound with Arman. Links in the description.
He heard that you have a trick up your sleeve, a new trick, a new move, new something up your sleeve that you're gonna use in the fight. Do you want to share with us?
About my new technique?
Yeah, your new technique. You want to share with us?
No, how can I share you? But this is good move, good things, you know? And he's gonna surprise. I've never done it before.
Hey, I saw in a fight, you threw the axe kick.
No, not axe kick. Of
no,
course
but I know that. I know not this
it's
one. Because I see you do this already.
Axe kick already know people. When I win the title, the sport things is done. It's gonna start just business. And I'm gonna pick with who UFC pays me more, I'm gonna fight. And doesn't matter who it's gonna be.
So you're going from legacy to business. Is that what you're telling me, Arman?
No, right now it's a legacy to be a champion. It's my goal to be a champion, but after that, and then business. After this fight, when I'm champion, I'm just gonna think about money, not about like to be a 2 times champion or like defend 10 times. I'm just gonna think about like money fights.
Hey!
Jan Blachowicz wants a rematch with Alex Pereira. The two fought in July of 2023, and Alex won via split decision. Jan believes he actually won the fight. After the fight, Jan ended up having double shoulder surgery, which left him out of competition for a year. Jan is currently scheduled to fight Carlos Ulberg on March 22nd. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Jan said after surgery, rehabilitation was very hard for me. I didn't expect it was going to be so hard. I had a couple of surgeries before this, but this one was the hardest. I almost cried when I did the physical therapy because I don't feel that something happened, coming back to being healthy. But after 6 months, something happened. I come to the gym and I started feeling that my shoulder started working again very good. I was very happy then. I needed 3 more weeks, and they finally started working much better than before the surgery. Now they are perfect. They are never going to be like they were 5 or 6 years ago, but they are much better than they were before surgery. 2 months ago, 1 month ago, something like this. Now I feel it's time to come back for real. Now I'm ready. I can do everything. When I come to the gym and do sparring sessions with my friends, now I feel I'm coming back, so I'm happy. I want to remind people how tough I am, because I think people forget that I won against Alex Pereira. He just won because the referee helped him, in my opinion. I have a draw with Magomed Ankalaev. Those are the most dangerous fighters in our division right now, and I think people just forget about me. I'm not surprised because I stopped. 1.5 years, I'm not fighting. So this is where I will remind them about the legendary Polish power to the people in the whole world. Of course, I have a lot of respect for him and what he's done, but this doesn't change anything. I want a rematch against him, and after this fight, I'm focused on this fight right now. But if I win, and I believe I'm going to win the fight, the next one will be against him. I deserve this rematch, like nobody else in this division. For me, if Pereira wins, it's good for me because I deserve the rematch. If Ankalaev wins, we've got history also, so we have some business to do. It's also good to take the rematch against Ankalaev. If Ankalaev is going to fight against Pereira like he did in his last fight, he's going to lose. This is my opinion. If he's going to be in this shape, this mentality, with this way how he's fighting right now, he's going to lose. He won, congratulations to him, but I almost slept during this fight. Robert Whittaker is confident that Islam Makhachev gets the job done this weekend. Rob thinks there's a bit of a skill gap between Islam and Arman Tsarukyan. Despite Arman being a very good fighter, Rob finds it hard to see Islam losing. Go check out the full latest episode of the MM Arcade podcast with Rob. Links in the description.
You know, and I understand how good Arman Tsarukyan is. And but I just feel like if we look at Islam's last fight with Dustin, and we look at Arman's last fight with Charles, I just feel like there's a gap. I feel like there's a skill gap, you know. And everyone's saying like how well Arman went in his debut, short notice, etc., etc. But you look at the names, you look at the level of fights, you look at the stage that Islam's fights were set on. I don't know. I just see Islam's in a really good place right now. I find it very hard to see him getting defeated.
Merab Dvalishvili gives an update on his relationship with Dana White. Dana and Merab have had their ups and downs this year. Dana wasn't thrilled when Merab posted footage of himself getting stitches for a cut above his eye just weeks before the Sean O'Malley fight. Merab got into an altercation with a fan at UFC 310, and Dana called Merab his mini Sean Strickland. Ahead of his fight against Umar Nurmagomedov this weekend at UFC 311, Merab says right now he has a good relationship with the UFC. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Merab said he defended me. Before the media always ask him like weird questions about me. How about Merab? What about him doing this? Why is media asking? They only do because Dana can answer like in a bad way, and that's what he was doing. But this time he defended me. The media again, Merab is scared of Umar. Bro, Dana knows that I'm not scared. I always say yes every time they mention his name. I say yes, and Dana says it's true. Yeah, so Umar's friend tried to provoke me and then do something bad for me and make me look bad. I'm a professional fighter. I love people. Usually when I walk through the crowd, I give everybody love, support, and I'm happy, you know? But this guy, he was recording me like this with his phone out. I thought he was a friend and he was talking to me. So when I get close to him, I was smiling. He was talking in Russian language and I know the bad words. We all know all the bad words. And then I wanted to fight the guy, but security jumped in. This guy provoked me. So then Dana defended me and thank you to him. I love you, the UFC. I'm just grateful for this company and everything else. But there's so many haters and there's so many people. Also in media, not everybody's professional and not everybody wants to have good energy because we all know the drama sells more. They try to ask you crazy questions and that's why I have a good relationship with them and we have no problem. UFC really needed me in January and once I heard that, I just go to the office and we had a conversation. I said, I'm so tired of this guy or disrespect me. And yeah, okay, I will fight him. I will step in. I stepped up, said okay, I'm fighting him. That's how it happened. Jon McCarthy discusses Tony Ferguson and the current state of his MMA career. Tony is currently 40 years old and on an 8-fight losing streak. There were talks that Tony may be signing to the new MMA promotion GFL and potentially rematching Kevin Lee. Big John says that he'd like to see Tony hang up the gloves and apply his strong mentality to something else that's not fighting.
And Tony's the same thing when he fought Justin Gaethje. Tony took more damage in that one fight than he took in his entire career up to that point, and it had an effect. And you could see from that point, he started to slow down and he couldn't take the same shots. And then he got, kicked by Michael Chandler and knocked out, big. And those things, it's like a fine car. It's like it's like an Eleanor Mustang, right? You can only keep it good as long as you're not crashing it. But when it's getting crashed, it's starting to diminish and things are starting to slow down. And you'll see the same things, but you can't react to the same things. It's different. Yeah. And so with Tony, I would love to see Tony take his mentality, take everything that he did in the sport and all the effort he put into it. If he does those same things in a different direction, be it training, be it being a coach or any of those things, he's gonna be a success. But you gotta hang up being the person that's actually stepping into the cage to fight, because at this point he wants good money because that's what he's gotten used to, and I don't blame him. But if you're the UFC or another promotion will try to use him and use his name to try to get somebody that they want over to say, oh, look, he beat the UFC guy, you know, the ex-interim champion, Tony Ferguson. And it's just it's a giant disaster. And I don't want to see it. So I would love to see him take all of that, you know, knowledge that he has, the energy that he has, and just put it in a different direction, and he's going to be a success.
Tom Aspinall gives an update on the Jon Jones fight. Tom says that he has agreed to the fight. They're now just waiting on Jon.
I don't have any latest on Jones' fight, unfortunately. Just waiting at the minute. I've said yes to the fight, I've agreed to it, obviously, and that's it. I'm just waiting for his side now and the UFC to sort it out. Yeah, I'm just training now. I'm just training and getting everything focused to be as fit and ready as I possibly can, because who knows, they might spring the date on me quick, or they might say, oh, the date's going to be in 6 months, I don't know. But that's always kind of what happens between fights anyway. You never really know when your next one is. I'm just preparing now to fight, really. There's obviously there's no dates yet. There's an opponent there towards the next opponent and towards the next date, and waiting to find out when that is. I should imagine I'm going to find out in the next couple of weeks, so it's all good.
Robert Whittaker is currently helping Israel Adesanya prepare for his upcoming fight with Nasruddin Imavov at UFC Saudi Arabia. Izzy posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, "New year, new friends." Alex Pereira reacted saying Shama with a fire emoji. Jamal Hill commented fire emojis. Stephen Thompson said let's go. Love seeing two martial artists with tremendous skills training together. Much respect. Alexander Volkanovski says f***ing love this, lads. Kamaru Usman commented fire emojis. And Aljamain Sterling says love to see it. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to the Khabib plane situation. The first one's from Manuel. It says if anyone in that plane was capable of helping people in case of an emergency, it was Khabib. The second one's from Peter Griffin. It says he was probably the most qualified passenger in that plane to save everyone there. And the final one says Khabib standing in the terminal. I'm here. Send location. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.